A mechanic once told me the most expensive repair he ever saw was caused by something the owner did every single morning without thinking about it. Completely normal, totally routine, and it was grinding the engine apart a little more each time. That stuck with me, so I went deep on what actually kills cars early versus what keeps them running past 200,000 miles, and I found 15 habits that make the difference. Some are obvious, some are genuinely counterintuitive, and at least one you're almost certainly doing wrong right now. Number 1. Let the engine warm up for 30 to 60 seconds before driving. The first habit starts before you leave the driveway, and most people skip it every single day. You turn the key, the engine catches, and you're already backing out because it started, so it's ready, right? Not even close. Overnight, the oil drains down into the pan, and the camshafts, valve train, and cylinder walls up top are sitting there almost dry. Those first few seconds of metal grinding on metal without a full oil film are called dry starts. And SAE International research shows a disproportionate share of total engine wear happens right there, not on the highway, not under hard acceleration, but in your driveway. At 40 degrees, engine oil moves like cold honey. It needs 30 to 60 seconds just to circulate through every passage, and running it hard before that happens multiplies bearing wear by up to 10 times. Just wait a minute, not 5, not 10, because long idling creates its own fuel washdown problems on the cylinder walls. Number 2, avoid aggressive acceleration. No sudden throttle. You can read a car's history just from how its drivetrain looks inside. Worn transmission bands, glazed clutch packs, piston rings that lost their seal 40,000 miles too early. Those all point to the same driver. Someone who treated every green light like a standing start at a drag strip. Flooring it from a stop forces the engine to produce peak torque before anything's fully warmed up, so the transmission shifts under maximum load. The CV joints flex hard, and the injectors dump enough raw fuel to wash the oil film right off the cylinder walls. Consumer Reports data on high-mileage vehicles shows that cars reaching 200,000 miles are almost always driven by people who describe their style as smooth and deliberate, not as a personality trait, but as a mechanical decision. The transmission, CV axles, and clutch all sit in the $800 to $3,500 repair range, and smooth throttle inputs from a stop cost nothing. Number 3. Brake smoothly instead of slamming brakes. When you slam the brakes from highway speed, the rotors absorb all that kinetic energy as heat almost instantly. And that thermal shock warps the rotors, glazes the pads, and can boil the brake fluid in the calipers. Boiled fluid creates vapor pockets that drop hydraulic pressure, so your brakes get softer exactly when you need them most. Hard stops also send a shockwave through the wheel bearings, tie rods, and struts, and Consumer Reports notes that hard braking can cut brake fluid's effective service life in half. A mechanic can read that abuse just from the wear patterns, and components that cost $200 to $600 per axle pay the price. Number 4. Check and maintain proper tire pressure regularly. Running tires just 6 to 8 PS. ILO changes the contact patch and generates heat from the sidewall flexing on every single rotation. Tire heat causes blowouts, and the rubber degrades internally in ways you can't see until the tire fails. Did you know your tire pressure monitoring system doesn't warn you until you're already 25% below recommended pressure? You can drive for weeks at a damaging pressure with a clean dashboard. Overinflated tires wear out the center tread faster and send more vibration into the wheel bearings. A $10 gauge checks all 4 tires in 3 minutes. Number 5. Change engine oil on time. Never delay. Oil doesn't just lubricate. It suspends combustion byproducts, metal particles, and soot in a chemical matrix that keeps all that debris away from your bearing surfaces, and that matrix has a finite capacity. Once it's saturated, the oil turns into dark, acidic sludge that coats oil passages and starves the upper engine. Toyota's 3.0-liter V6 from the early 2000s destroyed itself at 60,000 miles on multiple occasions, all because owners stretched their intervals. Synthetic oil buys you more time, 10,000 to 15,000 miles typically, but not unlimited time. An oil change costs $40 to $80. There's no drama in it, which is exactly why people skip it. Number 6. Use high-quality fuel from trusted stations. The EPA sets a minimum detergent level for all fuel sold in the US, but that floor is pretty low, and a lot of discount stations sell fuel that just barely clears it. Top-tier certified fuel, a standard backed by GM, Toyota, BMW, and Honda, runs much higher detergent concentrations to keep injectors and intake valves clean. AAA tested this in 2016 and found engines running non-top-tier fuel for 4,000 miles accumulated 19 times more intake valve deposits. That's not a small gap. The fix for heavy deposit buildup runs $200 to $400, and top-tier stations include Shell, Chevron, Costco, and BP. Check toptiergas.com to verify yours. Number 7. Don't drive with low fuel constantly. The electric fuel pump sits submerged in the tank and uses the fuel itself to stay cool. Run the tank low regularly, and that pump runs hot. And repeated heat cycles degrade the motor windings in ways you won't notice until the pump dies on a highway on-ramp 40,000 miles later. There's a second problem too. Sediment naturally collects at the bottom of the tank over years of use, and a low fuel level pulls that debris straight into the pickup tube. Fuel pump replacement runs $400 to $900, and mechanics consistently see low fuel histories in the cars that need it. Number 8, replace air filters regularly. A clogged air filter forces the fuel management system to richen the mixture to compensate for restricted airflow, and that extra fuel doesn't burn cleanly. It washes down the cylinder walls, dilutes the oil film, and accelerates ring wear. Oak Ridge National Laboratory research confirmed this, finding that modern engines compensate so well you barely notice the fuel economy drop, but the cylinder wall wear keeps happening anyway. Normal service interval is 15,000 to 30,000 miles, less if you drive on dirt roads. Visual inspection isn't reliable because a filter looks acceptable long after it's actually restricted. Check the mileage instead. Number 9, avoid short trips when the engine is cold. Short trips never let the engine reach its normal operating temperature of 195 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit. So combustion produces extra water vapor and unburned fuel that slip past the piston rings straight into the oil. Water in the oil generates acids that eat bearing surfaces. Unburned fuel thins the oil out, and a thinner oil film means more metal-to-metal contact on every revolution. Your owner's manual actually calls this out. Trips under 5 miles qualify as severe service, which cuts the recommended oil change interval roughly in half compared to standard driving conditions. Number 10. Keep your car clean, especially undercarriage. Most people picture rust as bubbling paint on a fender, but that kind of rust is cosmetic. The rust that actually kills a car is underneath it, where water and road salt pool in places you never look. The undercarriage runs steel everywhere. Subframe, control arms, brake lines, fuel lines, floor pans, and all of it sits directly in the spray off wet, salted roads. Road salt eats through unprotected brake lines within 10 to 15 years. And a brake line failure isn't a repair problem. It's a safety emergency. Number 11. Don't overload your vehicle unnecessarily. Chronic overloading puts the suspension, wheel bearings, and brakes under loads they weren't sized for, and the damage stacks up quietly across thousands of miles. A minivan packed to near its limit on every family road trip will burn through struts, wheel bearings, and ball joints faster than the same van driven within its rated capacity. Bearing engineering has a calculation called L10 life, and it shows that doubling the load on a bearing multiplies wear by 8, not 2. Even modest regular overloading hits disproportionately hard. Your payload capacity is the GVWR minus the curb weight, and a $400 wheel bearing replacement is the expensive way to learn that number. Number 12. Service your transmission fluid on schedule. Automatic transmission fluid does 3 jobs at once. It lubricates the planetary gear sets, it's the hydraulic medium that moves the clutch packs and bands, and it pulls heat away from all those friction surfaces. When the fluid degrades, The friction modifiers wear out and the transmission can't hold the hydraulic pressures it needs to shift cleanly. Clutch packs start slipping, solenoids get contaminated, and by the time you feel it, the damage is done. You won't believe how many manufacturers label their fill as lifetime. But transmission rebuilders will tell you that lifetime means the warranty, not the vehicle. Consumer Reports data on high-mileage cars consistently shows transmission maintenance separating the ones that reach 200,000 miles from the ones needing a $3,500 rebuild at $130,000. A fluid change runs $150. Number 13. Listen and fix small noises early. Mechanics can tell a certain kind of customer before they even speak. The person describes a noise that showed up 6 months ago, got a little worse, and now the car won't move. The noise was always a signal. They just turned the radio up. A slight brake grind is a worn pad at $150. Ignored, it scores the rotor and doubles the bill. Ignored further, the brakes fail. A faint whine from the power steering pump is a leaking seal. Left alone, it becomes a $400 pump replacement, and then the rack starts taking damage too. Noises that change with vehicle speed point to wheel bearings or driveshaft components. Noises tied to engine RPM usually mean the alternator, idler pulley, or accessory drive. Most auto parts stores run a diagnostic free, and catching it early keeps the repair cheap. Number 14. Use engine braking on downhill roads. Long downhill grades are where brake systems go to die, and the thing that kills them is the move that feels completely natural. Just holding the pedal down the whole way. Sustained brake pressure on a long descent builds heat in the rotors and pads continuously, and that sustained heat causes brake fade, where the pedal goes soft and the car stops responding. It can glaze the pads, warp the rotors, and boil the fluid in the calipers, all in one descent. Engine braking fixes this. Drop into a lower gear range, labeled L or 2 on most automatics, and the engine's compression resistance does the slowing instead. Professional truck drivers use this as their primary technique on mountain grades because friction brakes alone can't handle sustained descents without failing. Number 15. Park in shade or covered areas to protect components. Where you park every day is slowly aging your car in ways that don't show up until something expensive fails. Underhood temperatures can push past 200 degrees Fahrenheit on a hot summer day when the car sits in direct sun, and rubber compounds don't handle that well. Serpentine belts, coolant hoses, and vacuum lines all crack and stiffen faster when they're repeatedly cooked and then cooled down overnight. Rubber compound data shows that sustained heat above 160 degrees can cut component life in half compared to shaded storage. Pick 2 or 3 habits you're not doing yet and start this week. Check the tire pressure tonight. Look up your transmission fluid history. Think about that 60-second warm-up. That mechanic from the intro? The $4,800 repair traced back to cold starts every morning for 11 years in a Minnesota winter. The habit that prevented it cost nothing. Don't forget to subscribe.